Hello everyone, welcome to MEP Booster. So in this lecture we are going to discuss key terminologies used in HVAC services. So after the end of this lecture, you would be able to understand the key terminologies in HVAC. So now here the first term is hotness. So what is hotness? Remember, hotness is important for maintaining indoor climate control, ensuring that spaces do not become uncomfortably warm, especially during hot weather. So hotness generally refers to a high temperature that can affect the thermal comfort of individual in a given environment. Here it is given a subjective perception of temperature usually associated with temperature that are significantly higher than the average comfortable range. Here the temperature which we have to maintain is given typically around 68 to 72 degree Fahrenheit or in degree Celsius 20 to 22. Okay. Let's see the example of hotness in HVAC. Let's say consider a commercial office building during a summer heat wave where the outside temperature reaches 95 degree Fahrenheit. So without adequate air conditioning, the indoor temperature can rise quickly, leading to discomfort for employees. So here, generally if you are using the HVAC system, so HVAC system is designed to maintain indoor temperature around 72 degree Fahrenheit for human comfort. Okay, so that is given here. Hope all of you understood. Now the next term is coldness. What is this coldness? Coldness refers to a low temperature that can affect thermal comfort and indoor climate. Okay. A subjective perception of temperature usually associated with temperature that are significantly lower than the average comfortable range, typically around 68 to 72 degree Fahrenheit or 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's see the example of coldness in HVAC. Let us consider a residential building in a region where outdoor temperature dropped to 30 degree Fahrenheit, means minus 1 degree Celsius during winter. So without adequate heating, the indoor temperature can also drop, leading to discomfort for residents. So here the HVAC system is set to maintain an indoor temperature of 70 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. So in this way we have to maintain the comfort environment. Okay, in room. Now the next term is humidification. What is this? See, humidification is the process of adding moisture to the air to increase relative humidity. This is essential in climates where air tends to be dry, as it helps maintain comfort and prevent respiratory issues. So the best example of humidification is what? Suppose in winter, when indoor air can become very dry due to heating system. So a humidifier may be used to increase humidity level from 20% to a more comfortable 40%, reducing dry skin and respiratory discomfort. Okay, so this is the best example of humidification. Next term is the dehumidification. So what is this? See, dehumidification is the process of removing moisture from the air to decrease relative humidity. This is important in humid climate to prevent mold growth, condensation and discomfort. So suppose in a humid climate, a dehumidifier is used in a basement to reduce humidity level from, let's say, 70% to 50%, helping to prevent mold and improving overall comfort. Okay, so this is all about the dehumidification. Now the next term which we have to discuss here is evaporation. What is this? See, evaporation is what? Evaporation is the process in which liquid water turns into vapor. It occurs when molecules at the surface of the liquid gain enough energy to escape into the air, and this process cools the surrounding environment. let's see one example. Suppose when sweat evaporates from the skin, on that time what happen, it cools the body, na? So if the temperature is 85 degree Fahrenheit and the relative humidity is low, so the body feels cooler due to the evaporation of sweat. Okay, so this is the example of evaporation. Now the next term is condensation. So condensation is the process where water vapor in the air turns back into liquid water. This usually occurs when the air cools to a temperature below its dew point. Suppose, for example, when warm, humid air comes into contact with a cold surface, like in this image it is given, like a glass of ice water. When warm, humid air comes into contact with a cold surface like a glass of iced water, on that time what happened? Water droplet form on the outside of the glass. So this is condensation, which happens because the air near the glass cools and cannot hold all the moisture it contained. Okay, so this is the best example of condensation. Now what do you understand by this boiling temperature? What is boiling temperature? Let's see. Boiling temperature is the temperature at which a liquid turns into vapor. So this temperature varies based on atmospheric pressure. For example, suppose water, we know that water boiled at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. So however, at higher altitude where atmospheric pressure is lower, water boil at a lower temperature. For instance, 200 degree Fahrenheit at an elevation of 6000 feet. Okay, so that is called as a, this is the example of boiling temperature. Okay, simply it is given boiling temperature is the temperature at which a liquid turns into vapor. We know that the boiling temperature of water is 100 degree Celsius. So after 100 degrees Celsius, what happen? It will convert into vapor form. Next one is the dew point temperature. What is it? Dew point temperature is the temperature at which air becomes saturated with moisture and water vapor begins to condense into liquid water. So it is a direct measure of humidity in the air. For example, if the air temperature is 75 degree Fahrenheit, okay, and the dew point is 65 degree Fahrenheit, so the relative humidity is high. So if the air cools to 65 degree Fahrenheit, condensation will begin, resulting in dew forming on surfaces. Okay. So the temperature at which condensation starts, that is called as a dew point temperature. Simple. Now the next term is given here, absolute humidity. So remember, what is this? See, what do you understand by absolute humidity? So the total mass of water vapor present in a given volume of air is called as absolute humidity, and it is expressed in gram per cubic meter. Example, if there are 10 grams of water vapor in 1 cubic meter of air, so the absolute humidity is how much? 10 gram per meter cube. Okay, simply in this way you have to calculate the absolute humidity. Next term which is important is relative humidity. So relative humidity is what? The percentage of moisture in the air compared to the maximum amount of moisture the air can hold at a given temperature. That is called as a relative humidity. For example, if the air can hold 20 gram of moisture at 70 degree Fahrenheit and there are currently 10 gram of moisture in the air, so the relative humidity on that time how much? 50%. Simple. Okay. Now let's see, the next term is specific humidity. So specific humidity is what? The mass of water vapor per unit mass of air, typically expressed in gram of vapor per kilogram of air. That is called as a specific humidity. And it is also called as a humidity ratio. Okay. For example, suppose if there is 5 gram of water vapor in 1 kilogram of air. So the specific humidity is how much? 5 gram per kilogram. Because I have told you na, the mass of water vapor per unit mass of air is called as a specific humidity. Okay. Now the next term is ton of refrigeration. In short, you can say TR. So what is this actually, ton of refrigeration? Let's see. A ton of refrigeration is what? It is a unit of measurement used to describe the cooling capacity of an air conditioning system. It is defined as the amount of heat needed to melt 1 ton. 1 ton is near about 2000 pounds of ice in a 24 hours period, equivalent to 12,000 BTU per hour. So if just take an example so you will understood. For example, we have an air conditioning unit rated at 3 ton. So it means what? An air conditioning unit rated at 3 tons can remove 36,000 BTU of heat. So now the topics which we have discussed is in this lecture is key terminology in HVAC. So this is all about the key terminologies used in HVAC system. Hope all of you enjoy this session. See you in next one.